here. I'm back on another little stream. How everybody doing? Hope everybody having a great day. Being great. And oh shoot, hold on. Hold up. Alright, so let's get to it. So as y'all know, I'm low key about, I would say, let's be honest, despite all I've said about how I feel when it comes to relationships, I really don't really say what the fuck I think about what they call, I don't like what they would say 50-50 on the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, y'all hear it all the day on social media. Y'all hear it everywhere y'all go. Is it should be a 50-50 thing. You know, it's kind of contradicting in itself when you think about it. Because, I mean, what do you feel like a 50-50 relationship is? I mean, you know, it's all in the eye of the beholder, right? That's what you would think anyway. But men and women have their faults, I should say. Toxic men like to say, like to want women to pay for everything. I say toxic men because not naturally they turn out to be super duper toxic at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So well, toxic men want the women to pay their own way, even though in a relationship. And toxic women will rebuttal, and they will basically say things like, oh well, he's not getting no pussy unless he pays, and stuff like that. You feel me? Like you get my drift here, you know? So so it's like I feel like when you're talking about 50-50, you're talking about in ways in which the situation is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's fair if a man, if he's working and going to work and stuff, and in cases of the wife, the woman taking care of her child at home, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you should bring in the money, take care of the child, and because that's 50-50, right? A woman's doing her job, you're doing your job. You know what I'm saying? You're having a happy life. You know what I'm saying? But it and when you go to these new era of relationships, then you have the BS. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these hood men, you know what I'm saying? They a conversation, like, for example, a conversation will start out like, oh well, the female was like, oh, what we gonna eat? And he was like, oh, well, I don't know, but as soon as they pull up to the drive-through and they order, like, you got your money? You got your money? And he's and she laughed thinking he's serious. He's like, no, and the man is dead ass serious. Like what you laughing for? Like, I'm serious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh man. I'm be honest. I'm not going. I feel as though I'm not what you would say super deep into the whole one second. I'm not too keen on the way things go nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not like I'm not the type of guy to be like, oh, you know, of course I do. Don't. Oh, I just wow, can never did that. I'm not, yeah, but I'm not the type of guy to just go on out and be like, oh, well, you know, it's 50-50, so you pay for your shit, I pay for my shit. There's for me it's a point of like how you treat me in a relationship altogether. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're not in that uh housewife and provide, you know, work and father work situation, then you know it's how you treat me inside the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Don't if you're gonna treat me like another guy that you've been with and you're gonna barricade me off because of because of what you think or how you feel, you probably not gonna get much from me. You feel me? Like think like I'm speaking from my perspective, but like you're probably not gonna get much from me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't treat me like that tell me you love me and expect me to come go and move worlds for you. You feel me? Like you want me to be generous and show you that I love you in every aspect of the word. So you do the same back. That's what I would call 50-50. 50-50 doesn't have to be wow, really car. 50-50 doesn't have to be like a mental a materialistic thing. I'm sorry. It doesn't. You know, being 50-50 is showing doing your part in loving one another. You feel me? Corny as hell, but true as hell. You feel me? And that's how a lot of us should look at it. But in our day of age, if a man shows emotion, he's lame. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? If a woman's too clingy, she's not acceptable. You feel me? So it's like, uh, bro, when I get the platform, I'm gonna make it a habit to dial down on this shit. To be honest with you, because I love somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit hard to say how things are now because of how I could say Genki things have been lately. You know what I'm saying? I can't really read what's which tone our relationship reads in. You know what I'm saying? Because as far as I'm sitting, I'm struggling with myself. You know what I'm saying? And you know, this day and age, the first thing, the one of the biggest things that that are unattractive to really good women is a man who can't let alone provide for himself. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like it's dawned on me that for basically 5 whole years of my life, I stopped dating. Right? So, oh my god, I gotta wait 21 minutes. For 5 years of my life, I stopped dating. Right? And what made it a lot easier is not only, you know what I'm saying, I was I wasn't considered as a, a masculine figure when it came to being materialistic. I'm like, I shouldn't have to go. You know what I'm saying? Like even this females I knew, you know what I'm saying? And when you know when they'd ask me to do something for them, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, I didn't want to do that. Like I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to, didn't want to buy you, you know, damn. No, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not my woman. You know, you're my friend. I show you hospitality, but when I see the fact that you're basically trying to chew off of me, you know, I'm gonna stop before it even gets to that point. You feel me? Like I'm gonna stop before it even gets to that point, for real. Like it's not really it's not a hard choice to make. You know what I'm saying? You know. Hold up. It's not a hard choice to make at all. Like, if you want, if you want to see the difference in things, and you want a loving relationship, know the real way of what 50-50 means. You feel me? 50-50 is not something of materialistic. You know what I'm saying? Pull up to a restaurant, you know, buying you food is somewhat of a privilege. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Do not treat me like shit, and you know what I'm saying? Treat me like shit and expect for me to be generous to you just because I call you girlfriend or husband or wife. You feel me? And same vice versa. Like, you know what I mean? Same thing. You know, don't expect that. Don't expect that because it's not really all that fair. You feel me? You know, that's when you're being, you know, saying like you can't take advantage of people, of your loved one. You can't go and take what you want just because that we're together. Unless one of the other approve or both of y'all approve anyway. You know what I'm saying? If I it would be different if both y'all laid down the rules and the laws of what y'all, how y'all want your relationship as soon as um as soon as y'all begin the, you know, before y'all, you know, get deep dive inside the relationship, right? But women, and this is a occurring problem with a lot of women nowadays, and I'm not really calling y'all, I'm just being truthful. You know what I'm saying? Do not feel obligated for any man's provision. Do not feel obligated for, because no man has to no man has to take care of you. Let's be real. Let's be real with that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you not trying to be something more than a friend. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out. Look, don't look for no handout, no none of that shit. Just because, you know what I'm saying, and using the excuse that you're a woman to get by, to you know what I'm saying. So, you know, do not do that, bro. It's a reoccurring thing. It's one of the biggest reasons why men are so shelled anyway. You feel me? Because they feel you force them into a corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, let's not be honest. Like I said, I'm not calling y'all out. I'm just saying stop feeling entitled. I'm sorry, I said obligated. Stop feeling entitled. You feel me? To a man's you know what he should do for you because of this. You feel me? There is no more, oh, she's a woman, you have to do this. No, I don't have to do any damn thing. I choose to do it because that's just how much I love you. You feel me? That's the thing. That's the point y'all are missing. You feel me? When a man doesn't want to do something, that's not him being an asshole. It's him having morals and values for himself. You feel me? I respect that. I know one damn thing from another man. I respect another man who turns down a invitation to have sex, or, you know, I respect the man a lot more when he turns down that type of stuff, because that shows you that he's different. You feel me? He's different. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to women, I respect women who do things the right way. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's always different ways of doing something. There's always, when I respect a woman a lot more when she's meeting in the middle. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Who can control herself? You know what I'm saying? Who can control the the parts of her, the parts of being, you know, the who can control, oh yeah, like a woman who can control herself and look at things differently. You know what I'm saying? And that's being not, you know, going off of what she's been through in her life. You feel me? I'm gonna be truthfully honest with y'all, and this gonna sound kind of like, you know, I am not gonna say offensive because it's not, you don't take it that far, but some of y'all, a lot of us in this generation, we blame so much on the shit we've been through that we don't really actually sit down and think about how far we've come as men and women. You feel me? Oh, well, I didn't. You know, you say I don't know. I never had a mother, so I don't know how to do this. And I'm like, no, you know how to do that. You just choose not to. You feel me? That's that. You feel me? You know, I know it sounds real heartbreak, like real thoughtless. But when you realize it yourself, you're unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? You are unstoppable when you realize that even though I haven't had a mother or a father, I don't have to out on the street and sell drugs for a living. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to go out and you know, sell my body for a living. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's always somebody who needs to teach you. You know what I'm saying? You just can't grow. You know that's different when you kind of grow up and you have nobody to tell you that this is not what you should do with yourself. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That's how we all grew up. You know what I'm saying? Is someone telling us what's right from wrong. That's how you learn it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We retain stuff by looking at it as toddlers, but when it comes to a grown up, a good, mature, hard-working grown up to tell us what we need to do in order to be sophisticated young men and young women, you know what I'm saying? Then you should listen. You know what I mean? You should, you know, it should be listened to. I think too often people miss the point of, you know, the word success. You know what I'm saying? You do not, I'm just being honest, you do not have to have a lot of money for success. You know what I'm saying? Men, you don't have to have more money than the next man to be considered successful or be considered better than that guy. You know, a lot of y'all, a lot of men out there are they, you know what I'm saying, are a lot of men out there are who works 9 to 5s are way better and way more amazing than a guy who raps who makes 6 figures his whole. You know what I'm saying? That's the God honest truth. Ladies, you don't have to keep. You don't have to be. You don't have to have big booty, a big tits to be considered beautiful. You feel me? Like you know what I'm saying? You don't. You don't. I mean, you go if you want those things, cool. But you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to be. You don't have to have bigger this and a thicker that, and the most of the makeup this and that and the third to be considered as beautiful. You feel me? You don't. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I feel like a lot of good men prefer natural. You know what I'm saying? They prefer natural over anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel as though the celebrity world has gotten so far in the minds of young men and women to the point where they think otherwise. You feel me? Like they feel as though that this female who got a body like Nicki Minaj and a voice like Megan Thee Stallion has to date a man who has a nice haircut every day of his life and can sing about the hood. You feel me? Like you know, let's be honest about it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the way, you know, people think. You know what I'm saying? And to dim it down, I feel like these celebrities that has dimmed it down to the fact that don't mess with nobody who don't got no money. You feel me? That's pretty much what they the signal they're sending out to youngins. And it's like, no, you know what I'm saying? If that person doesn't have money, you know what I'm saying? And you want to love that person, you feel me? And y'all figure out ways to get money together. You know, that's the thing. That's why that's what 50-50 really is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you shouldn't do is go up to a person, you like them or whatnot, and as soon as you hear that, oh well, you know, they're broke or they live paycheck to paycheck, call them bums. You feel me? Men like this goes for both ways. Call them bums. You feel me? Because it's not a cool thing to do. First of all, and second of all, you just seem like an asshole at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, some of these people opinion and oh well, for a good example of it's like subliminal messages that a lot of these the honestly mainly the rap culture that does it. You know what I mean? It's mainly the rap people, the rap culture that does it. They send subliminal messages, and you know what I'm saying. And honestly, it don't really even be subliminal. It just be straight up in their song saying it, and now this teenager got a hold of it. Because the middle schoolers, oh yes, the middle schoolers, they listen to that stuff. They're still, and they're kids. They are kids. No matter if they don't feel like kids, they are kids, right? So, imagine if you have a generation who's basically caught up on the world and in this new society. You know what I'm saying? This is a new society, right? So imagine what it is and how and what they think when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? You get what you got right now. You know, a bunch of kids growing up to teenagers then adults not knowing what the hell a real how to treat a woman or how to treat a man or how to be in a 50-50 relationship. And every relationship is 50-50 because every man and every woman should be bringing something to the table. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be materialistic. The table can be in your head. You feel me? There should not be a divide of what a man and a woman should do just because of their gender. You feel me? Now, granted, there are biblical things that a man and a woman should do. Of course, not everybody believes in it, but you know what I'm saying. Who's that to tell? Who am I to tell you? You feel me? I can only believe and then tell y'all. I can't make y'all believe. You feel me? So, if we biblically speaking, well, but if we're talking, we're talking, and we're being truthfully honest, and being lawful with each other. You know what I'm saying? This generation of influencers have dulled down them scorn everything. I despise people who try to look at it any other way because you know what I'm saying, because of and you know the parents, of course the parents are going to or of course everybody gonna blame everything on the parents because you know but y'all have to see it this way. At home the parents look and see everything. They can control the TVs. You know what I'm saying? They search their phones. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? They can be as secure as possible what they look at. But when the time's up and they're at school with other people who probably don't have the same stability and parental guidance and parental vision as the rest of these other kids, that's, you know what I'm saying? It's now up to the teachers, but teachers are not all of them, but a good bit of them. Teachers are there for what they're working for. You know what I'm saying? This whole generation of teaching has been trash. If I'd say so myself, it's been trash. You know what I'm saying? They don't come there with a healthy mindset to teach them the real world. No, they come there to get their money worth. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all. Now some teachers are really there to be happy. They're happy to come up and they're happy to teach these kids what they need to be taught to survive in the real world when it's time. You know what I'm saying? That's what school should have been. But no, it wasn't that. It was something. It was for me because I had ADHD. I was in special. They put me not much in special ed classes, but I had special ed. I had special needs. You know what I'm saying? I don't find nothing wrong with that, except for if you're a football player. Now, there's everything wrong with that if you're a football player. You feel me? Uh, in college, there is no such thing as special needs. Be honest with you, there is no such thing as special needs in college. You know what I'm saying? College is I despise college for that one reason. You feel me? That's the one that's that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have a student like me who who has a different lifestyle than every other person around me. You know what I'm saying? I am expected to meet expectations. And I tried, believe me, but they not only was I lied to by the people that I was supposed to trust, but they dimmed it down so far to where it was unrecognizable. You feel me? I didn't have no damn algebra. You know what I'm saying? I had math models, like, you know what I'm saying. And when and after trying after trying to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do, it was like, oh well, you gotta go to this, and you gotta go to this, and you gotta go to that, and I'm like, excuse me, you feel me? Excuse me. I don't think a lot of y'all realize that that ADHD, you feel me? ADHD is a real thing. It's a very real thing. You feel me? No, a lot of people, no, not every person have it. You feel me? Some people really say they have it, and they really don't be having it, bro. Like they just be saying it, you know, and that's because it's such a common thing now that people can just use it whenever. You feel me? Uh, it hurt my heart to see when I went to college. There was one time where I was on my meds, and if you for the people who you know who really don't have trouble with ADHD or ADD, you know what I'm saying, ADHD at the worst, you know what I'm saying, for y'all who don't have trouble and never taken the Adderall pill. Adderall is a goddamn, it's a stimulant, like it's a strong stimulant. You know what I'm saying? And what that stimulant does is it basically, I'm talking like a doctor because I'm telling y'all from actual experience now of what it does to people with ADHD. So for what it does is it takes it takes your brain and it puts it in, I guess you would say, uh, a calmer state. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it boosts all your concentration, all your head, your mind morale, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but it's a double-edged sword because it has a drawback, and that is depression. The pill puts you in an immense, crazy state of depression. You feel me? And that added on with the fact that I've already was being bullied as it was, and I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? It was bad. It was terrible. You feel me? And that being said, I ended up in the hospital. You feel me? And y'all, at this point, y'all know why. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a very real thing. It's a very real thing. You know what I mean? It's a very tragic thing too, because it's ADHD also comes in different emotions as well. Uh, I was very emotionless, or it felt like my emotions were gone every time I took that medicine. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't call it medicine, more like a a thing. It's terrible to see, and I'm gonna shine some light on this because if you don't know, no, you gonna know. Um, if you don't know, now you will know. So there's this ad and this thing being pushed called the depression stick, right? And it's like, oh, you want to feel depressed? Press here. This depression stick it amplifies depression and anxiety. And I'm like, what the f? What the f? That what? Like do y'all truly realize that there's this thing called a depression stick that makes you feel depressed and raises your anxiety? Do y'all realize that now? You feel me? Like, think about that, bro. Like at this point, the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You want to feel something like this? You truly want to feel something like this? This is something that you want to happen? This is something that you want to feel? For what? You feel me? Why would you want to feel something that's killed a lot of people? You feel me? And not more younger people than older people. You feel me? Like, why? Yeah, like really, like it's mind-boggling, bro. It makes no sense. You feel me? So if you're a person who believes in this world that chivalry is practically dead on the surface, bro, they want you to feel this way, bro. The people want you to feel this way, man. We also just found out that most of the coronaviruses deaths it wasn't even caused from coronavirus. You feel me? It's caused from other things that they failed to treat and they failed to look into, or they just didn't want to look into. You know what I'm saying? I looked at this as a joke, but then when I look back at it and I hear it, I'm like, yo, like, that is so crazy. Nurses hope you get sick. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And as crazy as that sounds, like, yo, like, in circumstances, certain circumstances, when you think about it, it's like doctors and nurses, they all want you. They all want you. You think they all want you in good health. You feel me? Right? You think they want you in good health. You know what I'm saying? Which naturally they do, right? But this COVID thing has really opened a lot of eyes. You feel me? When a natural disaster, a natural disaster or a disaster in general breaks out, and you're supposed to count on those people who are nurses and doctors, you won't be able to count on them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna lie to your face just like everybody else. You feel me? I'm gonna be real with you. Panic. When people panic, it causes so many damn problems. It causes problems. It causes so much problems. You know what I'm saying? Now to add more stress to that, you have to worry about the nurse that's taking care of you now. Because I've been hearing a lot about those nurses who see color. And you feel me? And when they see color, their life is in your hand. Or those doctors, nurses, walls, basically. You know what I'm saying? They can inject you with anything, do anything, and they can call it something else. You feel me? That's scary. That's scary, bro. That is very scary, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't I know this is supposed to be like a 50-50 explain, but I want to say since we're at this point, do y'all really get the 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 worst part about racism? You feel me? The worst part about the one of the biggest part it's not the one of the biggest parts about racism, and it's not. It's not. I'm gonna take this around the map. I like this car. I'm gonna drive some more. The one of the biggest parts of the biggest things wrong with racism is not the fact that they have a language that pisses us black people off. Because let's be real with you, there's some people who gonna spare your life. There's others that won't. It's just how it is. You feel me? You caused it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like you caused it. But one of the worst things about racism is the fact that you can't that in the society we live in today, you cannot go around judging a book by its cover. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do, and you judge the wrong, if you get it wrong, then you're in the wrong, right? So if you don't know what person is racist, you don't know what person is racist. You know what I'm saying? Teachers, doctors, coaches, you feel me? Restaurant workers. You don't know who's racist anymore. You don't know. You just don't know. And in cases that could be very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? In any case that could be very dangerous. Because a racist person could be a nurse, and a nurse or a doctor, and you could be hanging on by a sliver of life, and it only takes one thing to turn off. It only takes one bit of medicine to give you. It takes that little just to end you. You feel me? And they could say whatever they want to say about it. You feel me? They could say you had this. They could say you had that. Look at the COVID thing. You feel me? People are dying from other diseases, and they're saying it's COVID that's killing everybody. Like, come on, like, does that not ring a bell? If they could do that, imagine how many people they could fool. They could fool with just by flipping a switch. You feel me? Of life support, because you're black. You feel me? Like, think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so don't think that. Racism is an extremely dangerous thing on our part. Because we're not safe anywhere. These people exist everywhere. You feel me? Everywhere in the world they exist. Everywhere. So whenever somebody try to tell you it's in the past, but shut up. It's just as worse now. It's worse. No, I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say this. It's two types of worse. Back then, physically. When our people were slaves, our ancestors were slaves, physically, it was the worst thing ever, physically, to watch. You know what I'm saying? Wives getting beat and raped, men dying after having to be forced to watch their wife get raped and practically murdered. You feel me? They used to do all type of stuff. The story of Emmett Till, bro, if you don't look at that, and tears don't fall from your eyes, you're not a human being. You're not, bro. That's how I see it. You feel me? It used to be worse. Here nowadays, it's worse. It's worse mentally, and it could be bad physically, dangerously physically. You know what I'm saying? Because mentally, we don't know. Racism is a hate thing now. It's a hated thing. You know what I'm saying? This is and one of the biggest reasons why y'all racists are cowards. Y'all are cowards because y'all won't come out. You feel me? And when y'all do come out, y'all have some type of authority protecting y'all. You feel me? Y'all are, you know what I'm saying? Y'all have some type of authority protecting y'all. You feel me? That's why a lot of people hate Trump. I'm gonna say that again. People hate Trump not because of what he's done in our country. Because of the racist tension and attention he's attracted through his whole years of being in office. That's why no one likes Trump. You feel me? So forget all the rest of that. No one cares about what he's done to boost the economy's morale, but they care about how much he's boosted the damn racism around the United States of America. That's what they care about. You feel me? Oh shoot. Hold up, y'all. All right, looks like we're gonna have to continue this in the part 2. So we'll be back. We'll be back. It's crazy. I got into politics a little, but I didn't say anything wrong this time. So I filtered what I was talking about and made it made sense. So I hope y'all got that much. I'm gonna say it one more time. We as black people don't hate Trump for his economic morale. I don't care how many things he's provided, he's done for us. That's not the point. You know what I'm saying? The point is that we hate him because of the racist the racist that's come out of hiding because of him. That's why. You feel me? And for you other people, and you know what other people I'm talking about, for you other people that are saying, that like to say, oh well, that's nothing we could do about it. Oh, that's something you could do about it. You feel me? You feel me? And you know what type of people I'm talking about. You feel me? There's always it's hard to find a person who's racist, a black person who's racist, but it's not hard to find when someone else, another color, is racist, right? Just to be real. And this comes from a guy who has a lot of white friends, right? Play with one, call, you know what I'm saying? I have white friends that are brothers. You feel me? And it is because of them that I keep hope in to ending this racism thing. It's because of them. You know, I don't just call any man a brother. You feel me? Like you have to really be. I have to really trust you and feel like you could be there when I need you the most. Vice versa. So to call you a brother, and there's white folk. There's a couple white brothers of mine who's proven that they are more accountable and more responsible than a lot of people in my life. You feel me? So when you feel as though you need to say something and to try to justify some shit like that, think about it. Think about it, please. You know what I'm saying? There is no reason why you can't go to one of those people and be like, bro, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking on the sidelines. You feel me? If you're, I'm gonna be straight up. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. If you're a white man, and you're a humble, respectable white person, white one man or woman, and you see another white person being racist, you feel me? And you don't do anything about it, and you're just sitting on the sideline, it just makes you just as worse as them. That's all I'm gonna say. So y'all need to think about that. Think about it. Think about that before. You know what I'm saying? If you're humble and respectable, do something about it. Step in. You feel me? Of course, us black men and women can handle ourselves, but they have to be something. Y'all have to show me y'all strength too. Jump in, and be like, bro, stop it. Stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Do something besides sit there and let it happen. Hulk out.